One. All right, we are now live on Instagram. So I guess it's not that bad. I mean, I guess you just gotta have your focus, and you gotta be. The fucking lights in the background is fucking blowing my fucking eyes up. Even though I'm wearing sunglasses. Yes, I'm that asshole to wear sunglasses indoors, folks, and that's exactly what we're doing here. Let me turn on the light real quick. Maybe I'll add some extra light into here. All right. So, back to what I was saying. So, yeah, I ordered the birthday cake, and yeah, it's pretty good, man. I really like it. People on live don't even probably know what I'm talking about, but I was talking about how I go to the weed shop and I re up on my product, so it's like medicine, you know what I mean? So yeah, every time I excuse me, every time I go to the shops, I generally spend around the same amount, unless there's here, if you guys can see it, audio listeners can't, but I usually get this box when they have it from the local shop. It's a box of 5 pre-rolls. They're not like full size, I don't think, but they're 5 pre-rolls, and I keep it up there on my little sanctuary thing. If you guys want to see it, because only the visual people can see it. But let me flip this shit real quick. You see it, my little sanctuary. This is where I do the podcast all the fucking time for sure. So this is all my shit right here. This is supposed to be up, but it's whatever. So you got my Avengers shit and all that, and then yeah. See, that's everything. I don't really. I mean, it would be kind of cool if it was in the background and shit like that. But just as generally where like I've sat and done episodes when I've had episodes and stuff. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. But yeah, what else were we talking about before this? Yeah, there's like a fucking ton of fights. So, I mean, I have to work tomorrow. I did work like 10 days straight. For anybody that I don't know if I mentioned that already, but yeah, I did. So I think I got 4 days off. But yeah, man, it was a freaking amazing. We actually went to the bar the other day. I mean, I probably went to the bar 2 times within the last week or so. So it's been pretty fun. Drink. The worst part about going to the bar is if they don't know how to make your drinks. Because mind you, I went in there. I had there was this one time that I went to the bar. What was it? So I was getting recommended drinks because I'm not really one. We've been in a pandemic for so long, so we really haven't had bars, and certain places just weren't open and stuff, and for the longest time we didn't have bars. So I mean, then again, I haven't really been to too many bars because I'm not really a social drinker. I mean, I drink at home with family and friends and shit like that, or by myself. But don't feel bad for me if I'm drinking by myself. By the way, I know that sounded bad, but yeah. So I really don't. I've never really like known about the mixed drinks. When people get the hard alcohol, the mixed drinks and stuff like that at the bars and shit. It's I'm not really too familiar with them, so I kind of go off what people say. I ask people what their favorites are, and shit like that, and all that too. I mean, so basically, the drink I had, if you've had it, is adios. So adios means like see ya, goodbye, see you next time, man, motherfuckers. Mind you, I definitely did feel that goodbye vibe because I was so fucked up. I literally had, I think, like a shot of Jameson in the bar. I had probably a cup about this size. No. Probably like right here. You see where my hand is? The cutoff's probably right there. And yeah, I had a shot. I had a cup of beer of IPA, very good beer, one of my favorites. Definitely beats piss beer. One Adios, and then I followed it up with another Adios. But ladies and gentlemen, like when I was there and all that, it wasn't like I felt absolutely fucked up. It was like I felt fucked up, but I was able to be contained and stuff. Contain yourself. You gotta, be in the, like I said, you're out in public. You're not. You say like if you don't social drink or you aren't familiar with it or you're not experienced with it, then it's not really the best thing for you. But if you are experienced, and me, I know I'm out in public. I know there's people out. I can't be acting crazy and all that, but just sit and conversate. It's like one of the top things I do when I'm drunk is I fucking conversate. You know what I mean? So it's like, let's talk about hella shit and stuff and watch hella shit. And there's times where I'm just going to bed and pass out. I don't really remember when I went to bed or remember certain things. I'm just like, damn, that shit's crazy. Because it's like, whoa, I did that. That's like, I've been talking about this a lot, but I tell people, I'm like, that's one of the scariest parts about being drunk is not remembering shit. You know what I mean? Like, not remembering when you fucking did something or when you, what you did last night or shit that can go bad so many ways, dude. You know what I mean? So it's pretty crazy that, it was pretty crazy, man. But yesterday was cool too. But yeah, I mean, the other day I had a really juicy ass steak too. So like during this 4 days off, we like worked on making some good ass food. I bought 2 shrimp bowls. They're already at the supermarket. Like over here, we have a Save Mart. You have Safeway. Some people have Lucky's. Some people have Food for Less. Some people have Food Max. We have Save Mart and Food for Less over here. So we went to the Save Mart, right? And they have these seasoned chicken. The seasoned chicken is fucking good. Especially if you put it on the barbecue, man, it's a mean ass fucking meal for sure. But what I was talking about when it comes to the shrimp, they have these shrimp boxes for about what is it? It was $10, I think, like that. $10 plus tax since they do tax and shit. So it came with what's it called? It came with 2, that cocktail red sauce, and it also came with some lemon. So it was probably about more than 15 individual little shrimp things. But dude, I destroyed that within like freaking like it was gone before the end of the day, both of them. Because I had thought that I had worked that day, and I guess I didn't. And I was like, I'm going to bring some shrimp and this some steak. Because I had been craving steak for the longest time. But since I had always been working and stuff, so I really wasn't able to really, what's it called? Wasn't really able to really cook. Because, like, when I get home, it's time for me to sleep. And I sleep in, I wake up and, kind of just chill for a couple hours. And then gets to that point where it's almost time to get ready for work and shit like that. So, just really a matter of, planning and stuff. So, what better thing to do when you're off than to fucking pull out a barbecue, you know what I mean? Let's take a hit. This hit is brought to you by Anchor. Download Anchor today, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. Absolutely fucking great. We are so high here on this program today. Yeah, for how long have we been? We've actually been live for, let's see, about 50 minutes, nearly an hour, but we haven't really been that live on Instagram that long. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, man, I'm so excited for tomorrow. I mean, there's a lot of fights and shit. Like a lot of fights. There's a couple fights today. I mean, so I guess you narrow it down to, UFC Fight Night. We got Canelo Saunders. Canelo taking on Ben Saunders. Or not Ben Saunders. Who was it? What the fuck is this guy's name? Billy Joe Saunders. Sorry about that. I said Ben Saunders. Ben Saunders is a UFC fighter. Or it was. I don't know if he got released or anything like that, but yeah. So, how about this? let's fast forward to next week. Not this fight card tomorrow, but next week. Let's talk about it. I mean, no, not next week's fight card. I actually I was meaning to think like Leon Edwards versus Nate Diaz was on the next week's card. It's not, but I wanted to talk about that matchup for a second. I mean, if you look at how good Leon Edwards is, you look at like what is that, a 9-fight win streak or some shit like that, close to it. Was it 8 or 9? I don't know. Overall, you get what I mean. He's on a win streak. And obviously he's just so polished and so perfect when it comes to the way he fights. Like his striking is super superior. The way he's his discipline in the cage. I mean, his accuracy, his speed, his technique is all super sharp. And I just think like I want to reiterate some comments I made on I think it was like the last episode or the episode before. I was saying how Nate Diaz doesn't have a chance. I mean, I'm saying everybody has a chance, man. We've seen crazier things in the sport, but it just seems like Nate's slower compared to him. I mean, Nate makes it a competitive fight, but really doesn't offer too much. And he's good on the ground, by all means. Don't get me wrong. There's no disrespect here. I mean, he's great. He's great against some great. I don't know how to explain it. He's great against people, specific people. Like he has, styles make fights. There's specific people that, like Nate did good against Conor both times. And obviously they're due for a third fight. But, I just think a guy that's streaking, but what I'm trying to say is that the level of competition, Leon Edwards compared to Nate Diaz. I mean, Nate Diaz has fought a handful of people, super good fucking fighters for sure. He's fought the best of the best for years, and my arm just popped. Did you hear me? That's kind of why I moved my hand down like that. But I just think that a guy like Leon Edwards, who's on a hot streak, a big tear, he's an absolute monster. He wants his fucking title shot, and I think that he's gonna take that out on Nate Diaz. Pretty crazy, man. That's just a really fucking accurate prediction. I feel like, personally, I think that, obviously Leon Edwards will walk through Nate Diaz. It won't be easy, but mind you, I said walk through, so that must mean I think it's going to be easy. I don't think it's going to be that easy, but hey, man, whoever wins gets a title shot. And if Nate Diaz wins, like I said, boom, he gets a title shot at 170. I mean, that's kind of crazy to think about. But hey, we've seen crazier things happen. From forwards to backwards. All right. To Chandler versus Oliveira. That's another one. So it's like I'm thinking of specific fights and matchups and stuff I'm very intrigued about towards the end of this particular podcast and stuff like that. But Chandler Oliveira is very interesting. Like I said, I had reiterated some comments that I said on the last episode as well. Charles Oliveira is very game on the feet. He's super solid. His striking has come together. He's very devastating. His submission game is super superior as well. I mean, his grappling is already being superior, and his submissions are some of the nastiest we've seen in the UFC, especially that calf slicer. I mean, and that armbar attempt on Tony Ferguson, and we thought Tony Ferguson was going to break his fucking arm in that fight. I mean, Charles Oliveira is an absolute gangster, man. I mean, it's like what he's been able to do, and, he's essentially grown up in the UFC, and we've seen him, just keep getting better and better and better, and been talked about for a title shot. He's one of those other guys, like I was talking about earlier, Jan Blachowicz, right? No one would have thought Jan Blachowicz was going to become a world champion in the UFC in 2021. I mean, he was a 50-50 fighter at one point in time. Everybody in the top 10 or 5 was having a win over. I mean, Jimmy Manuwa had a win over Jan Blachowicz. Corey Anderson was beating him. For Pete's sakes, Patrick Cummins had a win over Jan Blachowicz. So Jan Blachowicz wasn't really like a guy that was, a household name, top contender at the time. And, you give him a few more years, slowly but surely amasses his way into a title shot, knocking out Dominic Reyes in impressive fashion. I mean, he beat the brakes off of Luke Rockhold before that, broke his jaw. I mean, how are you going to deny Jan a big spot? And now, if you look at where Jan is and where he is now, perfect example to show you exactly where it's going to be for, you know, all the rest of these guys. I mean, like I said, we've seen people come out and, you know, turn into something we never would have thought. So how I was talking about Jan Blachowicz and his record prior to this amazing streak that he's been on, and since he's been able to accomplish this and winning the light heavyweight title, not only winning the light heavyweight title, beating Israel Adesanya, handing him his first loss in MMA, that's a big accomplishment for a guy like Jan Blachowicz. So, man, he's just continuing to start to be great. Say he wins against Glover Teixeira, that's going to be amazing for him. But we were going from talking about Jan and comparing him to Charles Oliveira. So let's get back to talking about Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira, like I said, also had that similar, you know, he was good. He was a good young stud, but he just wasn't able to put it all together. And, you know, slowly but surely, what does Charles Oliveira do? He puts it all together. He puts himself in that position to fight for a world title. And now he's fighting for a world title. A lot of people didn't expect him to, you know, fight. I mean, I didn't think he was going to be fighting Michael Chandler. I thought maybe we'd see Dustin Poirier versus Conor for a title fight, but that doesn't come together. But you know, obviously they are fighting. We will get Conor versus Poirier 3, but it won't be for a title, which is the craziest part. And you know, we get Michael Chandler versus Charles Oliveira for the undisputed UFC lightweight title. And I know we talked about this one last time, but we could talk about it again because that's a huge accomplishment if you're one Michael Chandler to come into the UFC, get one win, one knockout win, an amazing fashion. The win he had over Michael Chandler really showed people that Michael Chandler was for real. Boom. If you're 2 fights in, Michael Chandler's a world champion, and tell me that's not one of the best stories of all time. Now it's a better story for Charles Oliveira if he's able to realize a UFC title and win a UFC title in an impressive fashion over a really great guy. They're both great stories, but which one do you prefer? I mean, I don't know. Like I said, for me, I really can't point to which story I would want. I'm saying that both of these stories have the potential to happen. That's why, even though I have fight picks and I do pick my fight picks and stuff like that, I do talk about them and stuff. I do say everything I'm feeling about these matchups and stuff like that. I'm unbiased, man, because you got to look at it. You can't be biased and look at, oh, this guy's gonna win just because I like him. I'm a big fan. He's going to win because this, or he's going to win because of that. I mean, you can't have favoritism. You can have favoritism, but you also got to have realism in the sport and realize that this sport is crazy and we've seen crazier things happen. So, I mean, you really got to see some of the craziest shit that might happen in the sport because it'll shock you. I mean, we've seen some crazy shit happen in the world of MMA and in boxing as well. And so, like I said, big upsets, our favorite fighters losing after super long, win streaks snapped, freak accidents, bad decision, early stoppage, late stoppage, gruesome leg breaks. We see everything in the sport, man. But, you know, like I said, that's not the important part is that we're getting a really good fight. That's a really good fight, though. I'm very excited. I mean, overall, you don't have to really like either party. I mean, I'll be happy for Michael Chandler if he wins. I mean, that will just continue to show him and show the world that he was been for real since day one, and, you know, multiple time world champion over in Bellator. He won the title. He's had some impressive knockout wins. He's knocked out Benson Henderson in amazing fashion. I think the only other person to knock out Benson Henderson was Rafael dos Anjos, but, you know, Michael Chandler wins in amazing fashion against Benson Henderson, comes over and does that to a top contender and Dan Hooker. And, you know, like I said, he's fighting against Charles Oliveira. I do think that he is slick on the ground. His wrestling is super amazing. I mean, if you just Google Usman Chandler wrestling, you probably find the video on YouTube. But, dude, it's like, he is so damn quick on the feet, so damn quick on the mat. Hands are quick as well. I mean, it's like a lightweight version of Chad Mendes, dude. I mean, you guys remember Chad Mendes, who's very stocky, a wrestler as well. And, you know, somebody that you would want to fucking watch out for because you're getting knocked out by him. You know what I mean? He was a fucking beast. He's a fucking beast, man. But yeah, man, it's a very winnable fight for both parties. Like I said, I think that Michael Chandler obviously has the power advantage. I have to say, speed advantage I'll give to him as well. I mean, I think he can hurt Charles Oliveira. Obviously, like you said, with the boxing and his timing and his speed. And he can utilize his wrestling, but Charles Oliveira is very dangerous on the ground. So, I mean, say a big prediction like this. Get ready. I am about to blow every one of you guys' minds right now, right? Charles Oliveira submits Michael Chandler. Gives him his first submission loss in a long, long time. Would that be crazy? That would be a fucking wild way for him to win. It's either that, or a decision win, or a knockout. I mean, I don't think that this fight will be going the distance. Could be wrong. I'm just saying, if either party wins, Chandler, Oliveira, it's going to be by finish. Either Chandler's going to knock Oliveira out, or Oliveira's going to submit Chandler. Don't necessarily think he's going to stop him. That'd be wild. But I'm just predicting that either party is going to win. Is going to be by finish. So, yeah, that's a really great fight. What's the main event for that one again? Oh, yeah, that is the main event. But, I mean, Poirier, Conor 3. If you really want to talk about title fights, I mean, for Chandler and Oliveira, whoever wins that one fights the winner of Poirier, McGregor 3. Poirier and McGregor the third time. You have to. I mean, that makes the most sense. I mean, Dustin Poirier deserves to fight for a world title right now. If he wasn't fighting Conor, I'd say he'd be fighting for a world title, but he took the third Conor fight. It's important for him. It's important for their legacy. It's, obviously, like I said, they had a crazy first fight. Obviously, Conor was on the winning end. Second one, Dustin Poirier comes out of the woodwork and defeats the great Conor McGregor in an amazing fashion and actually finishing him. And not a lot of people thought that Conor was going to be in that kind of position. I didn't think Conor was going to get taken out like that. That shit was still wild, man. That was crazy that he was able to do that to Conor. That just shows you how good Poirier really is. I mean, he's knocking out Eddie Alvarez. He's knocking out Justin Gaethje. He's handing Conor McGregor his first stoppage loss. I was like, stoppage loss. No, he's handing Conor his first stoppage loss in the octagon. I mean, obviously the Floyd Mayweather one was on the feet, but that wasn't really. That was a technical knockout. It was Conor was still on his feet. Poirier dropped Conor and he slept him. And it was an amazing fight, amazing win by Poirier. And can he do it again? Maybe. Conor McGregor promises vengeance in this third fight, and he tweeted about it. He seems to be in all the right spots, and obviously in every single one of Conor McGregor's rematches, he's looked better. I mean, what are the rematches we've seen him have? I think the only one we've seen him have in the UFC was the Nate Diaz one, right? He's only had the Nate Diaz, right? That's the only rematch that he's had, other than the Poirier one. So it was Poirier and Conor. Everyone else that Conor beat, he hasn't, fought them again. He already beat Poirier, so they got the second fight. Now they have the third fight, and obviously I picked that one to be for the title, but it makes more sense that the person fighting for the title, the people fighting for the title, are coming off of wins in a way. Because for me, I feel like it would be weird for me personally, like if Dustin Poirier beats Conor McGregor, and say like their fight is for the title, right? Their fights for the title, and Poirier beats Conor. Oh, you just beat a guy coming off of a loss, right? That's going to be the narrative, and you try to eliminate the narratives in a lot of people's ways and eliminate the bullshit. So I like that Poirier Conor's not for the title. I like the fact that they can fight the winner, because the winner, Michael Chandler, very viable option. Charles Oliveira, very viable option. Both men are superseding and doing absolutely amazing in the sport and doing amazing in that division. Both are on win streaks. Charles Oliveira obviously on the biggest win streak in that division, so obviously he definitely does belong there. And whoever wins out of those two will be fighting Poirier or Conor. Depends. Will it be this year? Will it be at the beginning of next year? I don't know. It just depends on what happens. Like I said, this sport is super crazy, so you can't really, like I said, expect certain things. You know what I mean? But yeah, we just paused the podcast, but we still do have we're still here on live. But this is actually pretty cool because I haven't done a live show like that, actually live, and have the podcast live as well at the same time in a very long time. I mean, if you go to my YouTube channel, like I said, click the link in my Instagram and you can see the Insta bio, right? And it takes you to all the, it takes you to everything. Everything that I have, everything you subscribe to, everything that you could, everything that you want. You could follow, like, share, rate, review. Everything's on there. I gotta add a couple more things. So I think I gotta add the links for the podcast as well on Spotify and stuff and Apple Podcasts. I haven't added those yet, but I will add those. All right. 3, 2, 1. Let's take some hits, man. Where's the music at? Let's turn on some motherfucking music. Let's go, baby. What time is it? It's 12:46 p.m. So we're doing the podcast bright and early. I woke up pretty early today. Actually, I didn't sleep in. Like after a while, man, I feel like I feel like I'm wasting time sleeping. And I just feel like I don't know, like I could accomplish more stuff. So when you're sitting around and you're really not doing too much around the house after a while and stuff, like I said, with my 4 days off that I just had, I did a little bit of everything, right? So I went to the bar, went out, worked on the car a little bit, ordered weed, made some food, barbecued steaks, a little bit of everything, right? Now, here we are doing a podcast, and yeah, that's the best part about it. What do I have planned for the rest of the day? I don't really, I mean, other than working, I have to work at 6, so after the podcast, I'm probably going to chill. I'm kind of hungry, man. I don't know. I want some food, but I don't know. Might have to order some food or some shit like that. I don't know. What sounds good? Like, you know, I usually have like some cravings. Like, you know, when you get hella high and stuff, you're craving certain things. But, you know, for me, I like buying like munchie meals and stuff. And what those consist of, like when I get high as fuck, I'll get like frozen burritos, frozen French fries, chicken nuggets, macaroni and cheese. Dude, that shit sounds so good. All that fried chicken, pizza, I mean, spaghetti on top of all that, man. It's all so fucking good, you know what I mean? Like, those are my favorite foods. Favorite drinks, I'm not really much of a drink person. But like, I mean, I drink soda and stuff. I'm a big fan of like orange soda, but pink lemonade's pretty good. Guess root beer too. Motherfucking Baja Blast. Those are some of my favorite drinks. I don't know. I'm a big fan of Brisk. It's a fucking flavor that I just can't find anywhere nowadays. It's like the Brisk. It's like blueberry lemonade or something, like half blueberry, half lemonade or some shit like that. It's so damn good. It's like I would drink one of those every single day. Like it's super good. Like I really, really, really enjoy it. Like it's really good. You can't find it most places now. They have like melon and stuff, and what is it, like green apple flavored or something like that. But the one I fuck with the most is probably the blueberry one, and that's a go to constantly. Like I'll go to those constantly. I like drinks like that, and then Ooh, another good craving is like candy, dude. I'd say like some of my favorite candies probably are like Skittles, Starburst. I mean, I like M&Ms. I'll eat them. They sound good right now, but I like more so like the Starburst, Skittles, and oh, what's it called? Mike and Ike's. Those are fucking good. Um, Sour Patch Kids. That's the one. I was like, I'm drawing a blank. I'm drawing a blank. I don't know which one it is. Yeah, those are good as fuck. You want to know like one of the things I did the most as a kid when we were like really really young. We go to the 99-cent store, right? This is before I even got high and all that though. But the fact is, it still makes sense today because it's still a thing. But we go to the 99-cent store and buy hella candy because everything there is $1, which still is very fucking amazing. Especially like if you get like your cleaning, like they have helpful shit. They're like candles, get your cleaning supplies there, your paper plates or some shit, silverware. I mean, there's hella cool ass shit. Like there's underrated shit there at that store. Like it's not about being expensive or just being a cheap person. It's like saving money and not. I mean, like I said, I buy name brand things, but I'll go and get some hand soaps and shit at the 99-cent store, and candy and whatever other shit. There's a lot of helpful shit that I could help in a lot of average households. You know what I mean? Like, and they have like candy and stuff there too. That's what I was thinking about when I thought of Mike and Ike's. I was just thinking like, dude, I had some Mike and Ike's there. There's hella, you get hella beneficial shit there. I like that they have a lot of food though. Like I keep mentioning it, but candy and they have sodas and stuff. Like the mislabeled stuff, or I don't know. I never knew fully where the 99-cent store, like how they're able to get everything and just sell it for $1. I mean, they're making bank though. But that'd be kind of curious to know like how much an average dollar store makes in like a day or something like that. Should we Google that shit? I want to know. Like that's interesting. I don't have a device though. I'm using the what's it called, the Galaxy to live stream this episode of the podcast. Let's get some let's get fucking high. I can't even fucking think of the words, man. Absolutely baked here on this program. My new prescription aviators are coming in next week. They're clear, like prescription glasses. They're not sunglasses, they're actual glasses. So I'll be wearing those on the next episode of the motherfucking program. So be ready for those too. I had a dream I got a tattoo as well, which was pretty crazy. I mean, I've been thinking about them lately, but I really don't know which one I want, really. You know what I mean? Like, I take a long time to get tattoos because I think about it for years and years and shit like that before I make any decisions like that. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to make a. I mean, like I said, I don't really have regrets, and I'm not really a guy that would be like, oh my god, unless it's like a stupid decision, I'll sit back and like regret it. But like tattoos or what I spend money on at times and shit like that. I mean, I'm not gonna be like completely upset about it. Everybody makes dumbass decisions at some point in time during their life. It's like you can't be mad at yourself for some decisions like that. Yeah, we're kind of all over the place in the last part of this show. How long have we been going for? Oh, we're at hour 14. We'll probably go for an hour and 30 minutes for sure. What time is it? Oh, it's so early. Some dude's trying to ask for directions to my house. Awkward, creepy. And good news for excuse me, the audio listeners just took a massive hit. Like I said, the good news for this episode is that the video will be available on Instagram If you watch, you can watch on Instagram TV as well as I'm gonna put it on YouTube as well. I mean, it's an exclusive, so don't get used to me wanting to do a video each and every time. It just, I don't know, fuck, it happens at times. You know what I mean? The special ones that are live and stuff. I mean, you gotta be consistent and shit like that and all that. But hey, we can do whatever we want here. And the best part is the audio is out, available exclusively on Spotify, exclusively on Apple, available for everybody to listen to. And that's exactly what the point is. We're super clear. This is super clear too. I'm enjoying this a lot. Whew. Fucking wild, man. Fucking absolutely wild. Man, we should have done a fun 420 podcast. But speaking of upcoming podcasts, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the month of May, as I just got done mentioning, and that's the marks the 6th year anniversary of this podcast, and we're 345 plus episodes in. Crazy. We'd actually have more than 345 if you go back to the library and see episodes that I called entitled segments and stuff, and a couple of the exclusive editions and stuff like that. You'd see those ones, but we'd probably be on like episode 360 something or 370. But we'll get there when we get there. But damn, it's been 6 years. We should do a podcast of us listening to like some of the best moments or some of the most iconic moments. I mean, I don't know, like predictions and stuff. I can't really like think about any particular episodes that come to mind, but we can that can be a task that like from now, like when we end this show today, now I just gotta think about some of the best moments and play some of the best moments here and react to some of the best moments or something like that, or listen to some of them, or have like a little fucking wild party or some shit like that. Like we'll be on live and we'll be playing some music or some shit like that. That exclusive edition of Kicking It with the King for the fans might not even be available on audio. That's how special it's gonna be. Maybe so. I mean, we don't probably need to do music. We'll just have a wild ass fucking time or something like that, and that's what we'll do probably. But we're gonna look up. I'm definitely gonna look at some of the better moments and best moments of the show that I think I've had and stuff. But we'll put together some of them. Like I've been putting together a lot of highlights and stuff, and I've been on my Instagram. The Instagram we're actually live on is the one that I've been been on trying to build a little bit more, and because my original Instagram, as you guys know, was taken off by Instagram due to some comments made about the coronavirus and posting certain articles and posting certain things that are controversial, and you violate the community standards on their platform, you're going to get taken off their very platform. As I'm using Instagram to stream episode 345 of Kicking With The King. However, the full episode will not be available on YouTube, will not be available on Instagram TV, because we're live on a podcast when we joined the stream. It just kind of came together. I was just like, I think we're going to do it. I was like, let's fucking do it. And we did it. And these glasses are going to become a signature thing of the podcast too. So get used to them, ladies and gentlemen. Anything else we got? Oh yeah, we're going to about an hour and 30 minutes. Yeah. So if we want to do almost a 2-hour podcast, that'll be cool. Banana cake. Well, not banana cake, birthday cake, excuse me. Because I was looking at this other one. It was like banana kush or something like that. I was looking at that. But I ended up just going, because that one was like a live resin. How do you pronounce that? Live resin. It was a live resin cartridge. So if you're familiar and your weeds and stuff like that, look at see how it's clear? It's you can literally see me through there. It's clear, right? So it's the regular one. Like, it has THC and stuff like that, but there was some CBD cartridges too that were purely CBD, and there's Stizzies. Like, I didn't even know that. My mind was absolutely blown. I was just like, dude, I can't believe that there's only there's CBD cartridges. I'm like, that's clean. It doesn't even get you high. I'm like, I could literally just bring that with me and then pump my body full of CBD, and maybe that'll heal up a lot of my uh, pain in my wrist and stuff like that. Early signs of arthritis, folks. That's early signs of arthritis. It's like, oh my god, I can't believe it. I'm just kidding. I mean, maybe so, but yeah. So they had a couple of those flavors and stuff. So when I went and ordered, I was looking at them, but looking at a bunch of different ones. But this one, like I said, just has the it's the clear one. The live resin one was like $90 or $70 something, so it would almost come about to like $80 something. I paid total like $66 because, mind you, this is new for me, so I never really had it delivered to me before. I mean, I've ordered weed I've had people bring me weed before and shit like that off the books. But I don't know if I should have said that on Instagram. No, I've had people like do that off the books. Everybody has, man. But you know, I mainly always went to the shop. I mean, it's illegal, right? Especially if you're going to the freaking shop and you're just gonna go pick up stuff for your friends and stuff or for whoever. You know, not a lot of people go out in public still, even though things are clearing up and stuff. But you know, it just depends on you, I guess. But for me, like I said, I know. I mean, thinking about it now, it was very, very beneficial for me to just have it delivered. It came within 1 to 2 hours. It was super easy, no bullshit attached, and I got my product right here in front of my face. Man, I need it. It's like you motherfuckers that smoke cigarettes. It's like your guys' cigarettes, man. I gotta have it. You know, everybody's gotta have what makes them happy, right? No, I'm just kidding. It's a peace of mind, man. It makes you feel a lot of different kind of ways for sure. But yeah, man. When's the next podcast? Because I'm gonna plan some crazy and some fun shit for us for next week's show as well. We got a lot to talk about. You notice the hair? I just dyed it a lot too. I just dyed it the other day. Look, take a look at it. Take the headphones off for a second. Look at that. Look at that. Look how high I am. We're really high here on this episode for sure. Yeah, man, I got the fucking shit done, eh? Looks good. Then my prescription aviators are coming in the mail next week. So we'll debut them on his episode 346 of Kicking It with the King. We've got about, let's do some fight picks because we've got about 7 minutes left here on the show before the DJ comes on and the end of the show. We got 7 minutes. We're going in for hour and 30, baby. Usually, like, do an hour, but, you know, like I said, it's fun doing long shows. The longest show I've ever done was like 4 hours, dude. 4-hour show, but what am I complaining about? Ariel does it all the time. I mean, he used to do it all the time, so, I mean, it's just wild, like I said. And plus, I have work. I have to get ready. I have to shower and stuff like that. Mind you, I just, like, you know, I woke up and I really haven't done anything else other than wake up and just chill and, you know, scroll through my phone, read, you know, articles and shit like that. I mean, watched a lot of the Jake Paul, Floyd Mayweather shit going on and all that. Just pay attention to all that shit. And then here we are. Boom. Jumped on the podcast, threw it on the shades. Get absolutely fucking blown. And then go work for about 8 hours and come back, come home, get high. Do the woo. All right, we're good. Woo! was gonna say, do the same thing, return, and work, sleep, work, sleep, work, sleep, work, sleep. The thing is, I love money, and it's fun, and I enjoy it. But yeah, like I said, I had the 4 days off. It felt good. We did a lot, and it'll be cool. And this is gonna be cool because I can't wait to release this episode. And then, yeah, so later, and then I'll probably release it, and it'll be available within like a couple of hours, for sure. And then we'll be back. How about we'll be back next Friday, for sure. Friday, Thursday, or Wednesday. One of those 3 days we'll be back. But other than that, yeah, like I said, let's finish up by doing some fight picks for the last few minutes of the show. So this weekend's fights between Michelle Waterson versus here we go. Let's get my phone so we really see what we got for this weekend. So UFC on UFC Vegas 26. It's hard to keep up with the numbers for the fight nights and stuff like that because of the excuse me. Okay, so we got like I said, for Marina Rodriguez and Michelle Waterson, I'm gonna go with Michelle Waterson. Obviously, like I said, she's a veteran. She's fought the best of the best. She's very good. She's top contender for a reason. And like I said, I think she's gonna come out victorious. I mean, I think she's good. She's real good. She's a fan favorite too, and she's fine as fuck too. And she has a nice booty. That booty's nice. Donald Cerrone versus Alex Morono. I'm gonna go with Donald Cerrone because, like I said, an angry, pissed off Cerrone is a motivated Cerrone. If you remember Cerrone versus Malajuri, ooh, that was an example of a pissed off Cerrone. So we're gonna hopefully see that one. Cowboy Cerrone, I'm counting on you, motherfucker. Get the job done. I'm picking Cowboy Cerrone. I say he finishes Alex Morono. All-time leader at wins and bonuses and performance bonuses or some shit like that. Cowboy Cerrone is a fucking record holder for sure and a Hall of Famer. So I'm picking Cowboy Cerrone to win. Neil Magny versus Jeff Neal. Oof. Jeff Neal gets his hands on Neil Magny. I mean, Neil Magny is a really big fight for Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal's obviously been in the main event against Wonder Boy, so he knows what championship feels like, essentially fighting a guy as tough as Wonder Boy and a guy who's been in a lot of championship level fights himself. But it's really interesting to see. Man, Jeff Neal's super good, so this is an underrated fight. That's why I was like, dude, I'm surprised this isn't a 5-rounder. As I just got done saying earlier, I'm like, I'm surprised this isn't a 5-rounder, and I'm interested to see what happens in this fight. I mean, obviously, like I said, a win for either man is just gonna, put them one step closer, not to a title, but probably like closer to top contenders. And obviously, like I said, Jeff Neal's a top contender. Neil Magny's a top contender. I mean, they both have impressive, some impressive victories under their books. I mean, Neil Magny beating Robbie Lawler like he did. I mean, Neil Magny's a force to be reckoned with. He's really good, man. He's really, really good. So I'm excited for that one, and I'm gonna go with Neil Magny to pull it off. I think he's gonna beat Jeff Neal. If Jeff Neal does win, I think he's gonna knock him out for sure. All right, Maurice Green versus Marcos Rogelio de Lima. I'm gonna go with Maurice Green to win by decision. Diego Ferreira versus Gregor Gillespie. That's an interesting fight, especially curious to see how Gillespie does. Is this his first fight back since losing to Kevin Lee? Like, he was out for a while, I think. Yeah, and then he came back, and then boom. I'm gonna go with Gregor Gillespie there. I mean, Diego Ferreira is very good. If anything, you could take him down, but Gregor Gillespie has fantastic wrestling, and that would be a hard task for anybody to do. So I'm curious to know if it doesn't end on the feet, where the fight would go. That's where we're gonna have it. I can't wait for that one. That's gonna be excellent. I'm excited for all of these fights though. Like we got a whole entire weekend of fights, and like starting with the fight starting today with Bellator later, and then tomorrow the UFC, Canelo taking on Billy Joe Saunders. Fucking crazy, man. Excited. I'm very excited for it. We got a lot. Angela Hill versus Amanda Ribas. I'm gonna go with Amanda Ribas defeating Angela Hill. Kyle Dawkins versus Phil Hayes, and Ludwig Clean. I'm gonna go with Kyle Dawkins, but I don't really know who the other people are, so we're not gonna really. I don't know. I don't like predicting stuff. People I don't know. I just place bets and stuff like that, and do some shit like that. You know what I mean? But anyways, guys, I think that is it for us today. It's been an hour and 30 minutes of greatness here on this episode of Kicking It with the King. We'll be back for sure next week. I cannot wait. This time next week, tune in. Don't miss it, ladies and gentlemen. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Real G the King on Twitter, G the King _official on Instagram, KWTK Pod, obviously, to follow, like, share, and review, obviously. 5-star reviews, obviously. Spotify, available on Spotify, Apple, everywhere you get your shows, ladies and gentlemen, wherever it's most convenient for you. Like I said, follow the link in Insta bio to access everything, everything to do with the podcast, all my social medias, and everything else, ladies and gentlemen. This video will be available. The video edition of this episode exclusively will be available on YouTube, and if we could put it on Spotify, we would, but I don't know how to do that. And obviously be available everywhere else you get your shows, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, we are out of here. DJ, it's all yours, baby. See you guys next time. We're out of this bitch. Bye, folks.